once COVID happened, or was just about to happen, that's when I'm like, oh boy, I need to do something online. Cause I was not, I'm a speaker at heart. I'm a writer. I have my book. I was getting my business from speaking engagements. I actually had 8 speaking engagements booked when COVID happened, and 6 of them were paid, and overnight they disappeared. So not only did I lose my income for that, I lost all that possibility for clients, because I would get 1 to 3 clients every speaking engagement. So that's when I came up with the idea for the networking group that we were chatting about. But I also am like, I got to do something here with LinkedIn. And I didn't really know what. I didn't know what LinkedIn could be until I just started doing the research and playing with it. So that day, March 13th, I had 207 or something followers. And now I have just over 5,000 in less than 6 months. And it's simply because I just started going on LinkedIn with intention to meet people and to connect, not to just build my following list. Like a lot of people are obsessed on social media with how many followers they have. To me, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. So I make sure that I'm trying to connect with people that are not only my target audience, but I also think about them and can I offer them value? For me, LinkedIn has been everything. And now to where I'm getting my clients from, almost 100% of them are coming from LinkedIn, and then word of mouth from there. So it's been quite a journey. And I know you've gone on a similar journey where you're built your network. You're a little different because you're not, you don't have your own company. You work for Verizon, but you still have built this incredible personal brand on LinkedIn, which I think is so important for people. Even if they work for another company, they need to build a personal brand on LinkedIn, which will eventually get them business for that company that they work for.
What's your strategy behind that in terms of how to grow those connections and make sure that it's meaningful?
So I have scheduled every day. One of the first things I do is I go on LinkedIn and I engage a little bit. So basically for an hour, I'm doing nothing but working on LinkedIn. And then throughout the day, I'll be on it. But this specific hour, I'm engaging, I'm checking posts, I'm posting myself. But then I'm also going through the posts that I like, and I'm looking at who's liked those posts and what they had to say. And when I see someone that said something that I really like, I will engage with them, and then I'll try to connect with them. And surprise, surprise, 90% of the time they're gonna say yes. And then once they say yes, I usually, so I do 2 different things. If they're not a target client of mine, I'll just say hello, thanks for the connection. Let me know if you ever want to talk or need help with anything. But if they're actually a target client, I will send them a video DM. And the video DM will be just me talking just like this, saying the same exact thing, but not typing it. I'm just saying it. Hey, Katrina, awesome. Thanks for connecting. I really loved it. I love what you had to say in today's post. It was right on. If you ever want to have a conversation, we'd love to chat with you. Hope you have a great day. And that's it. And that begins the relationship. So if I ever needed to start a conversation with you about being a client of mine, it's no longer a cold call. It's not a cold DM. It's not a cold email. There is a face to put, and it'll also help me determine whether or not they're interested in talking with me or they're cool enough to respond back. Like, I'll do a video DM and I will say 9 times out of 10, people automatically respond because first of all, no one does them. They're you don't get them hardly ever. But then there are people that don't respond. So I know that, okay, they could be a target client, but they have no interest in talking or they're overwhelmed. So I just leave them alone. But so it really, that's my intent. It's very intentional. I don't just I talked to this guy this morning and he's like, every day I just click on, I try to connect with as many people as I can until LinkedIn says I can't connect anymore. And I'm like, well, that's great, but are they your client? Are you just connecting just to get numbers? And he's like, yeah, I just want to get my numbers up. I'm like, that's not the right strategy because having your numbers doesn't mean you're going to get clients. Like, how often do you send a regular thanks for connecting text message? You hardly ever get a response. It's just, right. Maybe you'll get 1 out of 7 or 8. Then you'll do the voice one and that'll go up to like 30%, but the video just shoots through the roof. It really does.
Now,
it's like sending a video email. Have you, that's another thing. That's a huge, if I can impart another piece of advice. If you're not using video email to contact your customers, you're just missing out. You're just staying at the same level everyone else is. All the other sales reps out there, they're just sending emails. If you send a video email, it's opened. It's almost, I'm not saying 100% open rate, but it's close because people can't avoid watching a video.
Practically speaking, can you kind of walk me through that a little bit?
Oh yeah. So there's two that I use, and I'm sort of leaning toward one, but Loom is one, Loom. And what you do is you go to Loom, I think it's just loom.com, and you download an extension for Chrome. So then you get this little, looks like a ball of yarn in the top of your browser bar, and you click on it, and all of a sudden it will gray out your screen that you're looking at, almost like Zoom does, and you show up at the bottom. Oops, you show up at the bottom in a little circle. You can move yourself around, and then you just hit record, and it'll just record you. And you can then share your screen or share something else on your screen, talk about it, flip through it, everything like that. And then when you hit stop, it sends you to their website, and that becomes a link. And then you can paste the link in the video. The one thing that I like, so Vidyard is the other one, Vidyard. What I like about Vidyard is it not only pastes the link, but it pastes the thumbnail of the recording in the email. Yeah. So now they're actually seeing it's a video right in their email. Loom, I can't figure out how, if Loom does it, I haven't figured out how it does it yet. So I've been using Vidyard because when you open your email, you see my picture there. And you can actually do an animated thumbnail. So there's me in the bottom in the thumbnail, my little tiny picture. You hear me talking. So like, what human is not going to open that? It's like not looking at the accident when you drive by on the highway. It's like, you're going to open that and see what I have to say. You're just going to do it. So it's an incredible tool that, you know, these companies exist because people are using them, but it's still way under the radar right now. And it will set you apart. Like you just said, you had your financial company. You remember them simply because they did that. I have, so one of my taglines is, you know, sales is not a numbers game. Sales is a human game. That's one tagline. And then I did a post. This was a post I did on LinkedIn that was sort of just came to me at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I did a video on it. And I call it you got to be the anti-salesman. Don't be a salesman, be the anti-salesman. And that got a lot of views and a lot of likes and a lot of comments because it resonated with a lot of people. Like, thank God, yes, you stop being a sales guy. Stop doing a feature dump. Stop going through talk about stuff that I don't need as the customer. You haven't even asked me what I want or what my needs are or what my problems are. Secret number one is changing your mindset from selling to helping. If you approach a sales appointment without the sale in your head, without, I have to hit my numbers, I have to sell this because I'm behind quota, whatever. You just approach it by, Katrina, I'm here to help you. What can I do? And you forget about the sale. You'll actually be amazed on how much more you will sell if you do that. We all need to be in a better position, or we need to be in a position to continue our success. And that's not going to be hitting the pause button, it's hitting the play button. And that's why I called it the Play Don't Pause Networking Group. And for those of you who think that you need to pause right now, or you need to say, everything's gonna be better, I'll ride this out, you're making a mistake. Get on top of the wave, get an extra surfboard if you need it. You need to be working harder now than you did before this. It's never too late. You can start anything you want to do anything, but just get out, put yourself out there, be vulnerable, connect with people, be a human being, and you'll be successful.
Thank you, Allan. And thank you for joining me on Winning Wednesday.
You're welcome. Winning Wednesday. I finally made it. See, now I know I made it. I'm on Winning Wednesday.
Right.